Hi, Carl. That's right. CNBC has confirmed with the source close to the situation that Warner Brothers Discovery is planning to shut down CNN Plus. It has not been in operation for very long, but of course, this comes after CNN Plus launched just before the closure of that merger. And now that the merger has gone through, it appears as if the David Zaslav-run company, this combined company, wants to really focus on building HBO Max as a unified service and to bundle together all of their different streaming operations. So this really indicates that they're not happy with the direction that CNN Plus was going in. There were a number of reports that it was not drawing a lot of subscribers, but we did not have any official subscriber numbers. And now when we get that company's earnings, we expect to hear more from Zaslav about how he plans to handle all of those streaming services together. No official comment from the company yet, but we do expect to hear an official announcement on the shuttering of CNN Plus in the next hour or so. Guys, back over to you.
Julia, stunning reversal, obviously, with the big management change. I guess it's going to be already some comments on Twitter today comparing the shelf life of CNN Plus to what was Quibi. I guess the question will be, is this a one-off because of the change in management, or is it going to feed the argument that there's true saturation in streaming overall, in North America at least?
Well, look, I think the CNN Plus and the Netflix audience are very different. One thing that was interesting about CNN Plus, it was very much a subscription service. We've seen other players, such as NBC's News Now at our sister company, focus on being ad-supported and free. CNN Plus going in a very different direction. And I think there is this question of how many services are consumers willing to pay for? And I also think that Zaslav probably sees CNN Plus and all of these different assets as an opportunity to build up the bundle and make sure that what he's selling, the streaming service he's selling, can compete at the level of a Netflix and a Disney Plus, because there aren't going to be that many players that end up surviving here. So the question is, what are the three streamers that people are going to want to subscribe to, and can CNN Plus help bolster that?
Now, when you say that it wasn't in operation for very long, what was it, like 2 or 3 weeks?
Just about, I think it was about 3 weeks now. I'll have to go back.
Quibi was around for at least a few months.
Quibi was around longer. Again, I would say a different situation. Quibi would say its failure was because it was all about this quick bite content that was designed to be consumed on the go, and then it did not adapt at all to the pandemic and being available on TV.
What's interesting with CNN Plus, though, is that there is crossover from their linear talent and producers to the CNN Plus.
Yes.
So what's that going to do to morale inside the company? They make this big gamble to continue to stay relevant, and it gets shut down after a few weeks.
Well, I think one of the issues is that they already were pulling back. They already, with this merger looming, were not getting the financial resources they expected. So they had this big plan. They had this expectation they were going to get $1 billion to launch this, but they never actually got all of those resources. So people were really being stretched thin. According to people I've talked to at the company, people were being asked to do multiple jobs. They weren't able to hire all the additional people they needed to really manage 2 different shows for 2 different platforms. And with the recent news that they had stopped all marketing for CNN Plus, I think the writing was sort of on the wall.
Makes sense.
WBD down 6%. The news, it was Axios yesterday, Julia, that said CNN Plus was doomed, but I'm not sure we expected the news like this quite so soon. Appreciate that, Julia Borston.